We're talking about Balisongs today. So guys, so happy to be back doing some kind of tabletop review stuff. We're going to be starting to do some knife content, and we are going to be covering this certain butterfly. To be quite honest, as you can tell from the title, this is literally like a sideshow attraction. I'm going to get into it why it's a sideshow attraction type of balisong. They're also known as butterfly knives. They're actually derived from the Philippines. This is made out of 440 stainless steel as the blade. Do not know the actual material on the handles, but we're going to get into it. We also want to appreciate you swinging by, making sure you hit that like button, get the channel views up. We are doing a 250 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you stay tuned for the channel for that. So, a little bit of backstory. Butterfly knives have always been kind of like, I'd more say a sought-after type of knife. They're fun to play with. You can do kind of some tricks. I'm not really going to do them on the tabletop. I'm not that skilled at doing tricks with balisongs, but I've always kind of had an affinity for butterfly knives. Either it's the construction. I like this one just because it has, you know, kind of hollow handles, so you kind of get a better grip on it. Now, with butterfly knives, there are some legalities that you always have to look into, whether it be a state that you live in. Certain countries like the Netherlands, New Zealand, Sweden, these are actually illegal to even own, which is kind of weird because it's more of a concealability thing, because when you close it up, there we go, you don't know it, you know, to an unsuspecting person who doesn't really know anything in the world, they don't know that's a knife. So when you flick the latch and you get something like that, it's, you know, it can scare people, which I don't really agree with, but hey, it can't control everybody's mind. I love them. They're fun to kind of, these are the original fidget spinners, to be quite honest. So, like I said, they were derived from the Philippines. They're pretty much, the basis of them is you got two handles with a latch that's always going to be on the sharp side. So when you're looking at the latch, that's going to be on the sharp side of the blade. Always make sure when you're handling a balisong that if you want to play with it, fidget with it, you hold it on the non-latch handle, because if that's the case, you're going to take your sharp side and cut your finger right off. That's not what we want. So it's pretty much derived of, you have two rotating pins on the tang of the blade, and the handles can easily conceal the blade because they're hollow. That's the best scientific description of a balisong for you. But for instance, in Massachusetts, I can own this, but I cannot carry this like concealed. I do have it on me from time to time because I like the sharpness of the blade. Remember guys, when you're testing the blade, always go across the blade, not with it. That's how you cut your finger open. But yeah, butterfly knives, for at least where I live, you're okay to own them, but you just can't like carry them as like your EDC. It's weird. That's why you have these sideshow, like I call this the sideshow attraction. I bought this when I was in Provincetown. If you ever been to Provincetown, Mass, it's down the Cape. It's a huge tourist attraction. They have all these little neat shops. So me and my wife were in one of the shops, and they had knives in the back, so naturally I'm gonna have to go check out the knives. So I saw this, and I had one like this when I was a kid. I used to be so into knives. I might, if I can get over to my parents' house and find my collection, I will maybe do a video on it, because I had a pretty sweet knife, sword, martial arts collection. But yeah, I saw this in the back. I had one back in the day that was blue, but the blade was like a zigzag design. It was pretty cool, but same preference, as you can tell. Put this up so you can see the actual design on the handles. So I had one like this, but it was blue. The same design, almost looks like a marble handle, but they're not. They're like imitation marble. But, you know, it was blue. Same holes in the handle and everything. It's just the blade was a little bit different. So I found this. I bought it for 25 bucks. So it's literally like, I wouldn't take this to war with me. It's literally just more of like a trinket piece. It does have a very sharp edge. I use it to open most of my boxes when I get in the mail. But that's just a backstory. So I can't go into, I can't say if I want to go on BladeHQ.com. I can't get a Balisong shipped to my state. There's a couple other websites that will ship to Massachusetts. This is just for Mass. I know it's a lot different, especially in like New York, New Jersey. You can't really have these types of blades anyway. It's the same essence. So there are some legalities to owning Balisongs, but to be quite honest, if you're like a collector, like if you're watching this video, you're probably a knife guy, you're a gun guy, and you just like cool stuff. That's why I'm bringing you this content, guys, because it is literally like Balisongs are one of those things that everyone should own at least one, have the experience of just messing with the handles, whipping around the tang. As you can tell in the video, I'm not that skilled with a Balisong, but hey, I like them. So when we're talking about Balisongs, we're going to talk about a couple key points that you need to know some terminology. Obviously, this, with the blade, the sharp end, that's going to be considered your edge. The non-sharp side is your swedge. Now, the tang is the full length of the blade. I'm going across the non-sharp side so I can do this. The tang is the full width of the blade. Then you got your tang pin, which is right here. Let's see if I can bring that up. So you got your tang pin, you got both pivot pins for the handles. Your kicker, which is right at the very edge of the blade, right there. Let's make sure that focuses in. Alright, cool. So you got your kicker. That little notch is considered your coil. Now, we're going to go obviously to there's two things you got to worry about with the handles. You have your safe handle, which is the non-latch side, and then you have your bite handle, meaning the latch is on the side where the sharp edge of the blade is, and then you have your latch. There's going to be different designs. It could be more cylindrical, more, square. It all depends on the Balisong you make. I know Benchmade, and there is a few other type of knife makers that make all different types. I like them because it's kind of artwork too. That's the, I'd say, what Nut and Fancy says, a second kind of cool. As you can tell, I definitely use this. I don't know if you can pick it up in the camera. I definitely use this for opening boxes and stuff like that. I don't sharpen it that much because, again, it's 440 stainless steel blade construction. So it's a $25 Balisong. I use it to just kind of screw around with. It opens all the boxes because it's sharp enough for what I need. For comparison, I have this, again, I don't even know who makes this one either. I haven't been able to make out the name because I've had them for so long. I'm not one of those like, oh, I need to have this $300 Microtech. No, I'm not into... I want a $300 Microtech automatic, but that's going to get into another legality thing where I can't even get a out-the-front automatic. So this is just another like utility knife I've been using for the past probably 15, 20 years. I've had this since I was a young kid. That's, for comparison, a folding knife. But that aside, Balisongs are, it's not, obviously they're from the Philippines originally, but I still think it's part of American culture. While we're kind of going over the parts of a Balisong, there's going to be a picture floating around now of a more in-depth look at the parts. You guys might not care so much when it comes to the parts of a knife because it's a knife. I get that, but some of you might, find it interesting. So, yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff, though. They have trainers available where, it's non-sharp on either side. They have, like, combs and stuff like that, bottle openers. At one point, I had a bottle opener Balisong when I was in high school. I thought I was cool, so I would bring it to parties thinking, oh, I'm going to open my, what was it, Michelob Ultra bottles, and I'd take my Balisong out that had a bottle opener on it. Wasn't cool. It's a novelty thing. Don't be that guy at a bar and flinging around a Balisong. You don't want to be that guy. Just because it's a bottle opener, that doesn't... What the hell just fell? I'll figure that out later. But yeah, so Balisongs are pretty cool, guys. They're novelty, but they're also very utilitarian. Definitely recommend you guys picking them up. So let's get back up top, and we're going to close this video out. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight, guys. It has been a pleasure. I'm liking doing this knife content. Shoot down in the comments and let me know if you like this knife content. We'll keep continuing. Alright guys, thank you again for tuning in this week. Hopefully we got a lot more knife video content coming for you. These Balisongs, I cannot stress enough, they are so fun to use. The original finish spinner. So, Please be safe when you're messing with knives, guys. Don't cut yourselves. We don't want to see you guys getting stitches. And remember, I cannot stress enough, if you are playing with a Balisong, make sure you are playing with the handle that does not have the latch on it, okay? So, we'll catch you next time, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Peace out.